Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we're going to be talking about the Overwatch League off-season. I think this is the 6th installment. I need to actually have a look. It's probably the 5th, I have no clue, but I'll put it in the editing. So there's been a lot of changes since my last one. Obviously we ended with Pelican leaving O2 Blast to join Atlanta Reign. But there's been a lot more changes, some surprises, some new players coming in, some reports about Hail of Thoughts, and a change that I am I don't agree with it, which I will get to that later. So let's start with the first one. The first one was actually reported by Hail of Thoughts, so it is a Choi Siwan or Choi Sahwan. I sort of know how you say his name. Leaving Element Mystic to join the Guangzhou Charge. So it looks like Guangzhou is going to mainly be a Korean lineup. They do have some Chinese players, obviously, direct to make some of the Chinese fans happy with sort of 3 Chinese players. I think they have 3 or 2. Because I know they have Eileen, Mike Halley. Okay. So I think it's a pretty good pickup. I think he was rated pretty highly. And they're fucking contenders. Next one was actually a pretty big surprise, actually, and I wasn't expecting it. It is Exceed leaving the Paris Eternal to join the Dallas Fuel, which also means that Dallas has actually completed the roster, and obviously we will get to that at the very end. But that is the Dallas Fuel roster completed and done. We don't know about everyone else though. That's still up in the air, but I think some rosters are very close to being finalized. Next one, it is Steven, who is the planning manager of the New York Excelsior, leaving. I think I also saw in a tweet that he's going to do. I think he's going to go to League of Legends. I think that's what's the case. So I think a total of so 2 people have actually gone back to League of Legends. Well, not only going back, but going to League of Legends. Gamsu, obviously formerly from League of Legends. I don't know what he's doing now. Next up, it is Ligi or Ligi. This was also reported by Hail of Thoughts that the off tank for the Hangzhou Spark was obviously formerly from Team CC is now joined the Hangzhou Spark, which I think is really cool. So congrats to him. Hangzhou has been. I think Hangzhou has also completed their roster. It looks very exciting. It looks like a very exciting roster. So I will wait. At the very end, I'll be only talking about Dallas and Hangzhou. I will obviously I will just give my opinion, and then I'll go more in depth when I do the teams things, the power rankings. There we go. That's what I'm trying to look for. Next one is the Paris Eternal, and that is correct. You see right in front of you, they have no players and no coaches. The only person who could practically say that they're their own team is Avila. She is still the general manager. So we're going to see what Paris is going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. I think they're going to go maybe full European again, or they're going to just going to go I don't know, just full Korean like the Dallas Fuel is doing. But it's very we've actually never ever seen this. Either we have with Vancouver, obviously, because they fucking imploded. But at the same time, this has never this has never happened in the off season. So Vancouver was obviously the first team to basically have no players at all for a couple of days, and then they picked up 8 replacements. This is the first time in the off season for Paris. So currently nothing. That's it for Paris Eternal. We're gonna see what Avila is gonna do. I do think she's going to be really good, so I believe in her. Another addition for the Hangzhou Spark. It is MCD, who is I think it's a flex support. Yeah, so the flex support player, formerly from Element Mystic, just like Choi Sawan. I think we kind of all thought that MCD was probably going to go to Dallas Fuel, because obviously Element Mystic and Dallas, they're just rebuilding it as Mystic Fuel. I think that's what it's going to be renamed now. Oh god, Dallas Mystic. That's a good name. Dallas Mystic. Make that happen. I think they should also like change their logo as well, just to be just the Elon Mystic colors, because I think Elon Mystic is also actually leaving Overwatch scene. So that'd be really, really cool if that would be the case. So MCD joining the Hangzhou Spark, I think he'll do really, really good. Also, he's I think Coldest is still going to be in the roster. We just also have to wait and see. Next up is a new player joining the league. It is Toronto Defiant getting Aztac. He is a flexible player, formerly from WGS Phoenix, who obviously won in Korea, and was also a part of the Uprising Academy roster as well. See how it goes. I don't really watch a lot of contenders, so I have no idea how each player goes, but I think he is going to be a very, very promising player for Toronto, because obviously they are currently rebuilding, and we just have to see what the other players are going to be. I think there's been rumors that the rest are going to be Korean. Like, I think there's rumors about Michelle Asado joining. We just have to wait and see, obviously, if that's the case. London Spitfire gets rid of Bernard and Sanguinar. Now, obviously, there was a rumor that Sanguinar may be going to Florida Mayhem. We don't know if that's still going to happen, but it's highly unlikely that's going to happen. Bernard has gone to a different team. I'm not going to say who, but it will be coming out very, very soon. So London now currently has 2 players of Glisten Fuse. They still have Reprise and Commander X as their coaches, and what it definitely looks like is that Glisten may leave. Rumors about maybe going to Washington. We don't know about Fuse. They may have to it'll probably be like a full European roster. We don't know though. But that's what it definitely looks like with the coaching stuff of Commander X and Reprise. That's definitely what it looks like. So Bernard is with a different team in the Overwatch League. Sanguinar is currently not, but I think he's definitely an Overwatch League worthy player, because he did really, really well this season as a rookie as well. I think Bernard, Glister, and Sanguinar will possibly the best in the London Spitfire roster. Yeah, I guess like maybe Hailey as well, and probably Babel, but those 2 were the main ones. Next up was actually a surprising one that I wasn't expecting. It is Erster joining the Shanghai Dragons. Oh my god, Shanghai is going to be really, really good next season. Still currently no changes after this, so I guess I'll just say the roster. So with their DPS of Fleta Lip, and now with Erster, that is a lot of depth into like everyone's into everyone's hero pool. Also, they needed a projectile. Fleta can play everything, just like Prophet, but obviously really flat out needs to play maybe sometimes again, like sometimes like the Widowmaker or something. So Ursa is a great pickup. I really like that. Lip as well. He's a great backup. Mainly for like his scan obviously, so I really like him. Void, I think he's gonna stay, including Stand 1 and Fate. Obviously, they just picked Fate up. Izayaki is also gonna stay, completely Lee Jae Gong. I think all the coaches are gonna stay the same. I think Moon is gonna stay as well, but we'll see. So yeah, Ursa getting picked up by 2 Shanghai Dragons is a great pickup. Also, people they don't really understand that pickup, but I think it's a really good pickup. But there is one pickup that I kind of don't really understand, but it's been reported by Halo of Thoughts. Next up is going to be a couple Chengdu Hunters changes, if we don't mind. So we're going to first start off with the coaching staff. And the coaching staff, it is Creed and, I'm going to butcher his name, Yaoji. I think it's Yaoji, I don't know. So Creed obviously came from the Guangzhou Charge. I think he was formerly a assistant coach. Yaoji, formerly for Flag Gamer, I think he was the head coach of that team, which obviously went on to, I think, actually to win the Chinese contenders. If we keep going up, I think we're gonna be. Nope, never mind. So we're gonna have a break of Chengdu Hunters changes, but there's more. We have Takoyaki, formerly from Team Diamond. He is going to be the main tank of it. However, he is underage. He is going to be 17. Actually, no, he's going to be 18 around April, I think. So not really that far much of the league will be finished and will be done. I'm going to guess. I'm just guessing. I have no clue. But he will be the main tank, and it looks like they will be having a 12-man roster. Yes, 12-man. You heard that right. because one more player has been picked up and it's been hyped. It's been super hyped over this. Next one is a really sad one. New York Excelsior releases of CBLB, Libero, and Anamo, which only means Jonak is the only player left in New York Excelsior. They have re-signed him for the 2021 season, so Jonak will stay with New York, making him, I think, out of, I'm gonna say, I think 6 or 7 players will be staying with their team from season 1. The other ones being Carpe, Poco, who was also re-signed, including EQO. I actually don't know who else. I think maybe Super, maybe Boink, but it's highly unlikely that Boink will be in. I think that's actually it. I think maybe, yeah, I think that might be it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that might be it. Yeah, so it's really sad to see them go. There's been rumors, I think, Libero, actually no, about Ivy actually joining the New York Excelsior, which would be, that'll be a very, very interesting one. A very interesting pickup, but we'll see. Next up, it is the Washington Justice making some changes as well. Stitch, Janu, and AimGod all leave the team as well. They have actually announced 2 players. One of them I am very, very confused about. The other one I'm actually quite happy that they picked them up. So I think they're definitely going to find homes. Definitely Stitch and Janu. I don't know about AimGod though, but we'll see. And this is where Bonara is going to the Hangzhou Spark, which was reported by Halo of Thoughts. I think this is a pretty good pickup. He did do pretty well this season. Obviously he does have, I think, his Ligi as the other off tank, so there is going to be some competition just to see who's going to get the 6 roster. We'll see who's going to pick that up. But Bernard to Hangzhou, that's a really good pickup. So Bebe to the Washington Justice. I am sorry, but why the hell would you choose someone who was a really, really good player season 2? Maybe around top 5, top 10 flex support players. Now, he's like mid-pack, around 20th. Why would you pick this guy up? He was inconsistent as fucking Hangzhou Spark. And I didn't really enjoy his gameplay at all. I felt like he was out of position most of the time. He just wasn't really playing up to standards like he was last season. I think there's much more better flexible players in the market. Much better than Bebe. But you have to go with this guy, with Bebe, to the Washington Justice. Why would you do that? I'm sorry, but it's confusing. It's dumb, and you better get like another flexible player if he doesn't perform well. If he doesn't perform well, then it's his fault. I'm sorry, but it is his fault. You can't like it's impossible for him. So either you need to get like another flex support player, like I don't know, like someone. Like I think like you keeping AimGod would have been still a good upgrade against Bebe. AimGod, I think in my opinion, was actually better than Bebe. Yes, AimGod was like a little bit inconsistent as well, but at the same time, I think he was still pretty good than Bebe. Definitely better than Bebe. So I don't know why he's like I don't know why he's in the Washington Justice. Obviously, I would have been even more furious if it was like actually in a pretty decent team. Like, fucking hell, man. Like, there's no point really doing it. But all right, yeah. So that's my rant. I don't like the pickup by Washington Justice to pick up Bebe. So yeah, new player also for Toronto Defiant is Asun J. Also formerly from Element Mystic. He is now going to be a main support player, I think, for the Toronto Defiant. Yeah, so he's going to be the main support player for the Toronto Defiant. And yeah, that's kind of really it. Next up, it is Adam, formerly from Ground Zero Gaming, which is a Australian contenders team who actually did do pretty well this season. I think they actually won their contenders. Will be joining the LA Valiant. So the off tank of Adam. Now he's now the 2nd Australian to be joining the league. I think this is a pretty good pickup. Also, we saw how decent Punk was. Like when he first started, and also during the playoffs. So, yeah, I think Adam will do really, really good. So he will be also partnering up with Dreamer in the main tank position. We don't know what other ones he's gonna, what other Like, I don't know if Valiant is going to make any more changes, but we'll see. That's Adam for you for the LA Valiant. And here are the Chengdu Hunters. So currently we have Kaneki and Jimmy joining the Chengdu Hunters. I think Jimmy's just going to be a meme, just like how Gary was. And Jerry. Oh. we'll have to wait and see though, but I think I think Jimmy's definitely going to be a meme. Kaneki, I think he's going to do pretty good for Chengdu. Chengdu also announced their academy roster, which I will get to that later. So I think there is still, I think they're going to be announcing a couple more players as well. I can't remember from Halo of Thoughts, but I need to have a look. Here it is. He is back. SeoMinSoo is back in the Overwatch League and will be joining the Hangzhou Spark. Apparently, according to Halo, Hangzhou was actually really highly. I was really interested in picking up SeoMinSoo, but they didn't really know if he was going to come back and play competitively because he was actually inactive during the whole season. I think maybe just for a break, maybe. But he was available, so I'm glad SeoMinSoo is back in the league, and the Twitter account of fuck at SeoMinSoo, he is happy as hell. I can tell he's definitely happy. I do follow the account, so he's gonna be very happy about that, and he legit changed his profile picture to SeoMinSoo wearing a Hangzhou Spark jersey. 2 more to go, and we have the Seoul Dynasty making some changes. We got Illicit, Michelle, Badosin, and Slime leaving. I'm very surprised it didn't re-sign Badosin and Slime. I can probably tell by like Michelle and Illicit because, let's be honest, they didn't do a whole lot, didn't they? They didn't do a whole lot, especially oh god, especially especially Illicit. Oh my god, did he even get any playtime today? That's what I liked. On Soul Dynasty, that's what I liked. Did they get any playtime? Like I don't think got any playtime. Just a shocking, but yeah. Michelle, I think he got some playtime, including Badosa and Slime, but that's kind of really it. They're probably gonna resign Toby. And the last one, which was announced today, Closer will be joining the Washington Justice, which I really like. Obviously, some more veteran presence in the team. I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be the veteran of the team. He is. He does have the most experience of anyone in the team, and he is a world champion. He is also a champion as well. Also with the London Spitfire roster. So we're gonna go over, I think, over the Chengdu Hunters Academy roster. So it's Team Chaser was. So this is what. So Team Chaser currently, so this was the roster look, and it looks like we have Aparter, Taro Cookie, Late Young, who's gonna be a 2-way contract, including Evatal, X-Ray, Kyo, Langsa, Monarch, and Evatal, obviously. So Kyo and Langsa, they won't be in the roster, in the main roster. Lei Young and Evatal will be. I'm very surprised about Evatal because I think he did pretty well this season, and he's obviously the team captain also. I'm not surprised about really the rest. I'm actually quite happy that they kept Late Young because I think he did do pretty well this season as well. So yeah, that's really good. So we're gonna go over to now to the awaiting announcements. So still we are waiting on Gage in 1987. He also did announce about Illusion joining the team, which is amazing. He's now also waiting for Happy, Piggy, and Nero. There has now been more news about Nero. Apparently, the announcer for Houston Outlaws needs to wait because another team has actually snatched him in the 11th hour. I don't know, I'm very confused about that, but basically another team is also interested in Nero, and they've also got contact with them. New York Excelsior was waiting for Yak Peng and also Guangbong as well, and Ivy, which I think he needs to add. SeoMinSoo, where you know that he's been confirmed, and Molly, which is a very interesting one for some reason. He's not going to be in a two-way contract as we all thought. Apparently, he is going to be on the full roster. He is going to be traded from the Chengdu Hunters to Shanghai, making him the only Chinese player in the team. Basically, continuing Shanghai's thing of just having just Chinese players in the roster. So let's go to Halo of Thoughts' Twitter page. There's also rumors about Fury joining the Washington Justice, which what would that be good? Fury and Closer back in the same. That'll be good. That'll be really really good. So I would definitely try to say it is. So according to sources, Houston Outlaws will have to wait longer on a decision for Nero as an unnamed team made an improved offer at the 11th hour. So we do have to wait. Well, Houston had to wait a little bit longer to actually announce Nero, because we don't know who the team is. We don't know who's the team name is. So obviously we do have to wait for that. And as Molly joining Shanghai with a 4-hour contract and not a two-way contract. Okay, apparently Kaneki's Twitter. What the hell? This is weird. Okay, never mind. I was just about to say, I was like, what the hell? Do they like reverb there? Nope, I'm just being dumb. Yeah, so SeoMinSoo there. I think that's kind of really it. Yeah, I think Carrie has also got to OT Blast. According to sources as well, LMS coach Damon has interest from the Guangzhou Charge to join the coaching staff, but he's still in trialing for position. That was also by League Mafia as well, who's also a very what's the word I'm trying to look for? A very promising league this as well. So yes, that'll be really good. But also, Horizon apparently looking to sign J-Mac. Sources as well. Philly's gonna be traded Hessu. It's gonna be it. Florida have possibly signed OGE. So take these as the grain of salt because we don't really know how good these leaks are, how accurate these are. Sources often Michelle is likely going to sign with Toronto. He did have a mistranslation, likely signed, but he is currently talks with Atlanta and Houston, which would be very interesting. Sutter is extremely close to signing with Toronto Defiant. Thanks for that TikTok. Fusions most did offer somebody to Galway C. However, he's possibly to join another team with a former team and old coach such as the Gladiators. Sly may be joining Florida. So yeah, some of them are going to be looking to reinstate some academy teams again. Yeah, so expected to join for the choice he won. So yeah, that was good. Yeah, so we don't currently know, but yeah. Alright, so obviously League Mafia is also a pretty good one as well. We just always have to wait and see if that's the case, because Halo Thoughts has said like, okay, yeah, he is relatively good. But yeah, so I think that's kind of really it. So now let's let's actually react to Dallas and Hangzhou's roster. So we know that Dallas will be keeping them, won't be making any changes to their rosters. We know that because they basically confirmed that that is it. So with Doha, Sparkle, Hanbin, Fielder, Rappel, Fearless, Jaxei, and Exy, that's gonna be a very scary, very scary lineup. Also with the coaching staff as well, I think all of them were from Paris. Rush, Young, and Aid. Oh, that'll be really good. Um, I can't wait for this team really. It's gonna be good. I'm going to like really enjoy this one. Also, um let's just say so like I'm not a Dallas fan, just want to say, but I just think I really highly rate this roster. If I had to guess, it's probably gonna be like a top 10, top 5 team. That's what I'm gonna guess it is, because there's so much potential in this team, and it's legit the core of the Element Mystic roster. Also adding Fielder as well, it's gonna be good. Now I don't know if they're gonna be playing on if it's gonna be just like the situation that we're currently in now. I don't know if I don't know if it's gonna be if they're gonna be in the NA or APAC region, because currently only 2 players are out of that region. Then it'll be Fearless and Fielder, because Fielder was obviously signed during the pandemic. Fearless was over at Shanghai Dragons, so he was over at APAC. Fielder had to play in the APAC region as well, so 200 ping god, I just want to say. For the Hangzhou Spark, this is what it currently looks like. It's going to be a very interesting lineup, I would say. Obviously with 5 Chinese players and the rest are Korean. That's going to be very interesting. Also with communication as well. I don't know if they're going to be mainly talking in Korean or Chinese or whatever, or English even. We just have to wait and see what they're going to do, but it does look like a really good roster. I'll pull around and say, I think around top 10. Top 10 team, I'm going to guess. It does look like a really good roster. It's like a lot of like great pieces as well, like MCD, SeoMinSoo, Bernard, and they still have like the core like Gushui, Godspeed, IDK, and it's like they still have like top talent like Architect, Shy, it's like Architect and Coldest and Mika. I think it's gonna be really good, and like also like if you also add like Shy, Ligi, or Lagi, I still don't know, and Takoyaki, or that's gonna be a really good roster then. So I rate this roster highly as well. So but I still think there's gonna be like better teams than them though, like top 10 I'm gonna guess. But yeah. Anyway, I guess we'll just go over the other teams as well, other than the rest. Actually, I'll go over only the ones that we actually did talk about here. So I guess we'll start off with Guangzhou Charge. They obviously made a couple of changes. Choice C1 is still the most recent one. We know a couple of changes as well, I think, for Guangzhou. We know that Damon is probably going to be joining the coach role alongside Arachne, which would be really good. So yeah, that'll be really good. Don't know anyone else who's going to be joining. So this isn't going to be the full roster because they need a minimum of 8 players, not 7, just 8. So we'll see who's the other one's going to be. And I think the next one it is. Tadal's already looked about. I guess we'll look at New Excelsior now. Oh, poor lonely Jonak, all alone as well, which is really sad. But they have re-signed him, so they're probably gonna be working maybe around Jonak. We obviously know that Yakpeng, Guangbong, and Ivy are going to be joining the team. I can't really find a tweet from Ivy, from Halo thoughts about Ivy, but it did happen. And I think it was Leg Day who lost his shit over it, which was actually kind of funny. So yeah, so they're probably gonna be definitely trying to work around Jonak, like how Toronto's working around Logix. But obviously we do have to wait and see for that. it is sad obviously because of the pandemic. Legit, like fucked everyone, and like with no home stands, so yeah, it kind of makes sense of like of them mainly going full budget. Paula Paris. Paris has no one. So you still have Avala as a assistant general manager. So not even general manager, just assistant general manager because 9K went to the Philadelphia Fusion as the head coach. It's sad, really. It's pretty sad, and I hope Avala does find some great players, and I do believe she can. I'll be honest. I think she definitely can. We already looked at Hangzhou Spark. We now to the Toronto Defiant. It's still Logic's Beast, Aztec, and Asun J. So we know that it's probably gonna be a full Korean support lineup. As for like the other players, obviously we know that Korea is going to Guangzhou. We know that Beast is joining back. Namlot has signed to Young and Beautiful. I think we know that Surefour is taking a break, including Nevix. So both of them are going to be inactive. I don't know about Zeke. I don't know about Cruz. I think those movements of agility is going to Vancouver, but I think those aren't really great. But I think they might be fake. I don't know. But yeah. London Spitfire still has 2 players, Houston and Glisser. That's really it. I don't know if they're going to release their whole roster, but we just have to wait and see though. But I think with the help of Noki, also like with Hunmaru as well, I think they're going to be getting some pretty good players. You can tell that they are definitely going to go a full Western roster. That's definitely what it looks like. So for your London fans, you're going to have some European talent in. There's room. I think there was something about maybe they're probably going to pick up the core of the British Hurricanes, which I think would be really good because there has been there's been some promising players like Dan, Sparker, Hattie, Murphy, Ripper, and Kellis. I think they're all in the age as well. Yes, I think they're all on oil. No, so not Sparker, so they probably need to pick up. Obviously, they do have to pick up like 2 more players, so I think that'll be okay. Maybe Happy Cool. I still hope Happy Cool actually gets picked up by an Overwatch team. He deserves it. Shanghai Dragons, obviously now with the additions of Erster, it looks like a very fucking scary roster. Shit, I'm very scared. I think this is gonna be like a top 3 team, top 5 team. Which is the way to see. Washington just looks like a humdumble of mess. I'll be honest. Like there's like some great players like Tuba, Decay, Mag, Jerry, and just like close as well. And then there's just Bebe, which I hate. I still don't like that pickup at all. I get like they're going like full budget, but I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of them. Cheng you already talked about. Toronto Valiant. It still looks like a normal roster. Obviously with Gig and McGravy both going to Revival. They're probably just going to revive their Overwatch career. That's kind of really it. I don't know who else they're going to sign though. I think they're probably going to sign one more player. I just don't know who though. I think it's probably going to be another Western player. I don't know though. Cheng you already talked about. Hangzhou Seoul. I think yes, the Seoul's gonna be the last one. I think Tuyi may be re-signed. Gesture is actually captain. I didn't realize that. Actually, yeah, I thought Toby was captain. No, apparently Gesture is captain. That's interesting. I don't think he was captain in London. I think it was just everyone was for themselves. I don't know. Yeah, so we know that Marvel, Fitz, Profit, Gesture, and Creative have been re-signed. We don't know about Toby or Tuyu. I think they're both gonna be re-signed. I'll be very surprised if Toby doesn't get re-signed, but yeah, it'd be really sad if Toby actually doesn't get re-signed and doesn't find a team. But yeah, so I think that might be it, unless there's like a change like happening right now. I just want to check something if they actually need to get 8 players. Okay, first we'll just look over here. So January 4th will be the deadline for all teams to have a minimum. Oh, so a minimum of 7 players, which is alright. Yeah. So you are allowed to have 7 players. I thought it was supposed to be 8, but also I think during the pandemic, kind of makes sense. So also, if you're in a 2-way contract, I think you need to play. So there's no longer a limit of the number of players who could be designated as a 2-way players at any given time. So you can basically have all of your roster as a 2-way player. I don't think you're allowed to do that. I think there is like a limited amount of playtime that you need for the Overwatch League. Just have to wait and see though. You're actually allowed to have a minimum of 7 players. I actually didn't know that. I thought you meant to be 8. Yeah, so if a team of players retires because they're unavailable to play due to COVID-19 or elected not to travel, that team may sign a free agent to replace that player. So that was just a playoffs update, and then this was just the Overwatch League key dates as well. So we're currently, so we passed this one, and now we're currently up to here. So this is basically when every single team needs to announce a roster. By this deadline. If they can't, then yeah. That's not great. Yeah, it's kind of really it for me now. I will obviously keep you guys updated for all the changes for every roster, which is gonna be tiring because I'm pretty tired right now because of school and everything. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys all later next time. Hope you guys have a great day. Catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.